Whether you're buying a city car as your first car, your second car, or to downsize and save money, they represent some of the most affordable motoring possible. Doesn't always mean giving up comfort though, and in the case of Hyundai's i10, you needn't give up too much space either. There are choice petrol engines when buying your i10, specifically a 1 or a 1.2 litre. Now the 1 litre, it might be tiny, but it offers good performance, mainly because the i10 is so lightweight. So you won't find yourself changing down too often when overtaking. The 1.2 does offer more power, but you'll find that most of it is above 3,500 revs, and that means it gets quite boomy in the cabin. There's also the option of an automatic gearbox with the 1.2, but realistically we just stick with the manual. It's light and precise, so it's easy to use, and it offers better fuel economy and CO2 emissions. The i10 is just as easygoing in terms of the way it rides and handles. It smooths out all but the harshest bumps, it grips well, and you won't find it leaning much in fast corners. The most disappointing aspect of the i10's drive, well, it's just the steering. It's really light, which makes it easy to use in town. It's also extremely vague, so you never really know where it is, and you'll find yourself correcting it more than you will in rival city cars. The i10's cabin is a real success story, and the first thing you notice is just how much space there is in here. I've got loads of head and leg room, and there's so much wheel and seat adjustment that even tall drivers like me can find it really easy to get comfortable. The dash isn't exactly what you'd call plush, but there are enough soft touch plastics to make it feel good quality, and most of this switchgear here is from Hyundai's from further up the range. In fact, the buttons are clearly laid out too, making them easy to use on the move, and there are practical touches such as this cubby hole and these drinks holders that will come in useful when using it day to day. Entry-level i10s aren't that well equipped, missing out on features such as air conditioning. But most people will go for mid-trim cars that get air conditioning, remote central locking and rear electric windows. Only top-trim cars get things like rear speakers, Bluetooth and alloy wheels. That might seem a little bit stingy, but it's the same case with most of the i10's rivals. Here in the back is where the i10 outshines those rivals. Despite the tiny dimensions on the outside, I've got a massive amount of both headroom and legroom, certainly enough for two adults to stay comfy on a long journey. Luggage space is just as impressive. This is actually one of the biggest boots in the city car class. And if you fold down these rear seats, you have a huge amount of room to play with. Disappointingly, there is a large lip to lift your groceries over, and there isn't the option of an adjustable floor. Ultimately, if you're in the market for a city car, you should be test driving Hyundai's i10. It isn't the sharpest to drive, but it is spacious, refined, affordable, and it has a classier cabin than the majority of its closest rivals. For more information, search Hyundai i10 on whatcar.com, and remember to hit subscribe to check out our other videos.